Well, hello and welcome to Elegant Sentiments today. I'm Sheryl and I'm the owner of Elegant Sentiments, and this is our weekly card share number 103. So I am here today on this beautiful Thursday evening in Central Ohio, and I've got some fun products from Altenew that I'm going to be using. And of course, I have my beautiful Lisa Horton Crafts inks. So these are the products that I'm going to be using. I have from Altenew, I've got the Elegant Flourish stencil set, and I have the Elegant Flourish coordinating 3D embossing folder. So these are the two products that I'm going to be using. And my inks, I've got one interference ink. I've got the milk chocolate roses, and I have the metallic ink, the mulled wine. So those are the two inks that I'll use. And here is the sample that I used in making this card. It's a really simple one, and I just love these colors together. And I put them on a, this is one of the pinks that are in one of Lisa's white core packs. I think it's in the spring pack. I can't remember, but I'm going to use just a plain white card for today's card just to see the difference. I think that these colors would really pop on a white card. So we're going to check it out and see what happens. Okay, so let me see here. I hope that you're having a great day. I'm going to go ahead and move these over. And I'm going to start, I think, by embossing this one. It worked out better for me, if I remember correctly. I did this, made that card almost a month ago now. And I think when I made it, I ended up embossing it first just because it was easier to figure out the stencils. So I'm going to bring in, I've got a 5x5 piece of white cardstock here, and I'm going to go ahead and emboss this piece first, and then I'll do the stenciling. So thank you for being here. If you want to pop your name or where you're viewing from in the comments, that would be great. I do have, just so you know, the once a month I do a drawing. Let's see, I'm trying to figure out, I think I want most of this in. Once a month I do a drawing for people that comment on my videos, and you can comment whether you're watching live or watching replay. You'll still be entered. And for once a month, in the beginning of next month, I'll do a drawing for some free products that I have in my stash. I've got a lot of dupes that I've bought more than one of that I'll be sharing, along with a packet of cards that I've made previously. So if you're interested in getting that, you can just give me a comment. So this is the emboss panel, and it's a nice deep embossing there. So we're going to go ahead and ink this up. Let me get my tacky mat here and bring that in. And this was a sticky mat, not really a tacky. I'm used to using Lisa Horton's tacky mat, but I'm just going to bring that in, and we'll start with the stencils. And there's only, I think there's only 3 stencils in this set, if I remember correctly. So it goes very, very quickly. It's a nice one to use if you don't have a little time but want something that's kind of sweet and elegant. I think this one would fit the bill for you. So let's see, I got these backwards, of course. So we'll start with stencil number 1. And I'm just going to line that up here. Let's see. Am I in the right part of the stencil? I think I am. I think. That's why I ended up, or is it? I'll have to play around some. Oh, it's down. It's down. No, that's not it either. Okay, we're going to find this spot here. So it's covering up. There we go. It's this way. There. I thought it was up in this corner somewhere. Okay. And the way I inked this one, I ended up using the two different colors. Let me get my other little sticky piece here. I ended up using the two different colors, and I used both colors on the stem. So I have to watch myself very closely because I'm very good at sticking in my ink with the wrong things. I'm going to start with the milk chocolate because I use that for the stemmy parts, and the I call them stemmy parts. The more flourished part, I used the mulled wine. So I'm just going to put a nice little layer, and I like the metallic inks and the interference inks because you get such a really pretty shine with these inks. So that's why I went with these, because it's such a simple design, and having that shine, I think, makes a lot of difference. So I'm just going around with the milk chocolate roses first. And it's a pretty color brown with kind of a rosy undertone to it. I don't know if it comes through on the camera that way. Not really sure, but so we're going to bring this all the way around till we get pretty close to that, the little flowery part of the flourish. And then I'll bring in the rose. And this one I think is rose too. So mulled wine. I'm going to bring in the mulled wine now for this part. And just kind of and this little piece wants to stick up, so I'm going to try and use my finger to hold that down and keep it in place. This is such a nice little rich wine color. And I thought it would be pretty on the white. So we'll see. I have to take a assessment and see if I like it better on the little rose toned cardstock or the white. I just think these two colors will end up popping a little more on the white. But we'll see momentarily. And then of course there's so many different ways you can ink this up, but I really kind of like this combination. I don't pull out my interference inks nearly enough. I like them a lot, but I tend to stick with my matte blending inks and my color shift inks. But every now and again, I'll pull these out when I want that nice shimmer. And then here, and you can do a little bit of shading if you want. I pretty much just inked. I did some shading on the other one, but this one I think I'm just gonna ink it pretty solid. and see if I like it as well. Okay, that is going to be it for stencil number 1. Oh, I do like it on the white. I thought I might. Okay, and then we're on to stencil number 2, and I got to figure out where this goes. It's easier now to figure it out. That's why I ended up, let's see, I'm going to continue with, I think, with the mulled wine. It was a lot easier for me to emboss it first and then do the stenciling. Usually I do it the other way around, but with this particular stencil, I was very challenged trying to figure out which way I wanted to go. Let's see, this one, I think I'm going to take this, I'll take this part, and then the other part I think I'll do, I think I want, maybe I'll do the top of this flourish the way I did my sample. I'll just have, even though there's not really a flower on that piece, I'm gonna kind of stay consistent with how I inked the other part and keep it with the tips with this mulled wine, and then the little stemmier parts will be the milk chocolate. That's what I'm thinking. So we're going to come in with, and then grab all the stemmier parts with this milk chocolate. This one is very easy, as are all my cards. So if you watch me, you know that if it's simple or difficult and complicated, you won't find it here. That's not my style. I like easy and elegant. And I love the swirls on this. I think it's so pretty. I could even add, I think I'll add a little bit of mulled wine to this little piece here too. Just because. And we'll go back to the milk chocolate. And then we'll go around here. And I'm hoping I have this stencil on there right. Now that I'm looking at it, I probably might have moved this one up just a little bit. But we'll see. So we're just using these 2 ink colors. And yeah, there we go. And then we've got one more stencil to do. This is stencil number 3. Let's see, where's that piece? There it is. And make sure that things are where they're supposed to be. I think oh, that's coming out of that one. Let's see here. There we go. I was like, wait a minute, something's not looking right. And that's what the problem was. I didn't have it quite in the right spot. There, that's looking a little better. Okay, that's better. And then with this one, we will start out with the, what do I have in my hand? We'll start out with the mulled wine. And bring that around. on most of this. I'll leave that there. That's good enough, I think. And then we'll grab some here. Grab these bits of Flourish and make them our mulled wine as well. And let's see, we'll do the tip of this one in the mulled wine. And maybe this teeny little bit here. The bulk of that will be the milk chocolate. And then we'll grab this big floral piece here. I don't think it's really a flower, but that's what I'm going to make it. With the mulled wine. When I get all the ink on here, I'll lift it up and hopefully you can see some of that shimmer because this ink is very shiny. Okay. And then we'll do the milk chocolate roses on everything else that's left. And the interference inks and the metallic inks, they blend some, but they're not really blending inks like the matte blending inks that I typically use. So if you're wanting like a really smooth blend, this really isn't the ink that you want to be using. But for this, I'm fine to just have it go the way it's going. I think it looks fine. And I like these two colors together. So that works out well. What is rocking? Oh, sorry about that. I had a just going to bring this color up into that mulled wine. Ah, that little piece wants to pop up. Okay, I think I got it all colored. Okay. So there is, oh, I missed a spot there. How did I do that? That must have been on stencil number, what stencil was that? Was it number 2? Okay, maybe stencil number, oh, okay. Where did I put stencil number 1? Oh, there it is. That's the one I need, I believe, because I'm missing a bit of this Flourish. Let's see. Here we go again. Yeah, this is the one. How did I miss? No, it's not that. It's here. So it has to be stencil number 2. Yeah, it's stencil number 2. I forgot to put the milk chocolate roses on this one. Somehow, wait. Now, wait, no. You know me, this is like a puzzle. And me and puzzles are not, do I have it up? I've got it right. Got it the right way around. So what am I doing? Oh, there's, that goes there. So it's not, where did I miss this piece? Is it on the third one? And I just didn't notice it? Perhaps, yes, it is. It was right there all along and I didn't even notice it. Okay. So let me get this back lined up and I'll pick up that. There we go. Yeah. Okay, and then I'll pick up this little piece of milk chocolate rose that I missed from before. There. I knew there was something going awry. Okay. So that is that's the Flourish. And I'm gonna hold it up so you can see, maybe, yeah, so you can see that gorgeous shine on that. It's really very pretty in person. So that is our front panel. And I'm going to mount this onto a 5.25 square card base with white card. It's made with white cardstock, 5.25 inch square, and I'm going to use foam tape to mount it so that it has a little bit of dimension. And I'm trying to decide if I'm going to add some more ink to. Let me get the ink off my fingers because I've already put ink on my project. I'm trying to decide if I want to put some ink around the perimeter. I really like the way that color pops across the pop. I love the way the color pops on the white, so I'm not sure if I want to do that. Oh, decisions. I think I may just leave it and add my embellishments. So I'm going to do that, and I may live to regret it, but we'll go with it and see. Okay. So now I'm going to add foam tape to the back of this so that when it is mounted, it has a little bit of separation between it and the card base. And then I'll add some gems to it. And this one will be done. We're going to be finishing up this roll, looks like, pretty much. That's a little bit too long. And stick that on there. Actually, I'll stick it here. No, I'm not going to put that on there. I'm just going to take this piece and I'm going to trim it down a little bit to fit on that final part. Okay, here we go. And then if I make sure my card base is nice and square, burnish that a little. And then I'm just going to, is that hanging off? I better trim that wee little bit there because I think it might be hanging over on the other side. There. And then I'll put that, I'll put this onto the card front, and then I'll add my embellishments and my sentiment. And this one will be done. Again, if you don't like all the white, you know, ink around it, put a little halo inking around it like I did my sample to, okay, I want to make sure I get this down here straight. Nope, 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 not yet. That looks pretty good. Okay. And then for a sentiment, I have a foiled sentiment that I used, the rose foil from Spellbinders. And I think this is a Pink Fresh Studio sentiment. And I'm going to mount that with, I think I'm going to use, I'll use some thinner foam tape. So it'll give it a little bit of height, but not as much as the foam tape that I put down on the back. So this is a little not quite as thick, but this will give this a little more dimension and will sit better on the card front. Just do a little teeny piece here. Yeah. Okay. So where's my little pokey tool to get these little pieces off? Uh-oh. I'm trying to pull the, not trying to pull the tape up. I just want the release paper gone. There we go. And get these two pieces. Oops. Why am I trying to pull up that? I only want the release paper. There we go. Okay, get this out of the way. And we'll just stick this on. Make sure my card is straight. There. And then I've got, for my embellishments, I've got some Fashion Bella embellishments from Spellbinders. And so I'll just stick some of those around. I used, you know, several different sizes. I like using the different sizes. I think I like that, having multiple sizes to use. And we'll put one here. And we'll add some more, probably do another trio up here. Maybe. And it's over here, and a little baby to finish it off. So there you go. It's a really simple card. And again, this is the Elegant Flourish by Altenew. And I'll pick this up again so you can see all the shine that's in that ink. I used mulled wine and milk chocolate roses. The mulled wine is one of the metallic inks, and the milk chocolate roses is the one of the interference inks. And so here's two different ways you can do the same card. This one I used a pink card base, and then I did a little bit of inking around the edges and I foiled onto that same pink. So that is today's card. I thank you so much for being here. I hope that you like the project. If you do, please give me a thumbs up and like my video and share it and comment. Also, I will be back blogging next week again. So I blog on Wednesdays, and my blog is elegantsentiments.com, and I'll be posting on my Facebook page, Elegant Sentiments Limited. So please subscribe everywhere. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you subscribing to my channel and helping to support me. I appreciate that so much. I hope that you have a fantastic week and that you have some time to create a little kindness of your own, and we will see you next time. So bye for now.